Hi, everybody. It's Josephine Ghiringhelli, psychic medium. Today is Friday. It's May 22nd, 7:30. I just want to welcome you, those of you who are tuning in. It is the beginning of the Memorial Day weekend. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Michelle. And tonight's topic is going to be on loss of a pet, love, loss, grief. And the reason why I said veil vision is because our fur babies, our wonderful of all kinds, right, that we love and they're part of the family, that's for sure. That their little spirits are with us always. And I really felt compelled to do this, particularly tonight, because I have had a number of clients who have lost their fur baby. And actually I'm in that category. And it wasn't until now, because I lost my Destiny, my Shih Tzu, who would have been 16 years old on June 25th, a little Cancerian. But I actually lost her on May 5th. So for all of you who have lost your wonderful, loving fur babies, and aren't they with us always? They're our buddies. They're our forever companions. And hi, Jennifer. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Rosalie. How are you? Maria, Kathy. So, for many of you watching, you know how it's devastating. We grieve, and it is a loss that runs very deep within us and that we have to deal with. And just like any loss in our life, right? So we don't want to categorize anything, but we just want to say that it is very difficult to endure. But I do want to let you know, I have to share this with you that, they're always with us. They have little spirits about them, and they are with us always. They give us signs, and they do come to us. Sometimes you can actually hear the pitter patter of their little paws. And I was sharing this with one of my students actually, and said to her that, it has not registered. My Destiny passed on May 5th, and it still hasn't registered yet in my mind, in my heart. So I literally do see her. She would be, of course, in my office. She was with me 24/7. So I'm still in my mind's eye seeing her there. And I'm sure spiritually, I'm already seeing her little spirit, as many of you are seeing the spirit of your beloved pets. And at night, right by my side to the right of the club chair, when I look over, I literally can see her there. So please know, when I shared that, the student had said to me, well, is that just a figment of our imagination, or is that real? And the fact of the matter is, we talked about parallel lives, right? So it is certainly very real. Oh, and hi, Anne Marie. Hi, Marissa, Sharon, Janine, welcome. Hi, Richard. Glad to have you aboard. Hi, Pat. All of you that are here, by the way, we are all animal lovers. And what would we do without them, right? Hi, Ronnie. They are definitely, hi, Lisa. I don't want to leave anybody out. Susan, they're definitely our companions, certainly. And I was saying that one of the reasons, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of our fur babies being here, being with us? What's the reason? And once again, pets on of all kinds. It is really to bring to us unconditional love. It is to bring to us sometimes right at that moment, hi Janice, when we need a hug, that they're there. I mean, every time they see us, it's like the first time. it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's spiritual, it runs so very deep to have you that adjectives like adoration, unconditional love, dedication, the feeling of course, and very importantly, of us not feeling alone, right? That's really important. And hi, Janice. I love that little emoji. Hi, Lorraine. How are you? So, Patricia, Pat, I'm not sure what you're called, but I just watched A Dog's Purpose. Oh, okay. I'm so glad. I just watched A Dog's Purpose, a beautiful movie. What a great movie. It answers that question wonderfully. And so, you all, please, A Dog's Purpose, you really do yourself a favor and watch it because, okay, so hi, Jennifer. Do you believe fur babies are reincarnated from a past past loved one. I believe that yes, pets are reincarnated, but animals do not reincarnate into humans. Animals have little spirits about them, and sometimes, many times, oftentimes, they are old spirits, which just like us in the human form, that we are old souls. And not every human being is an old soul, and not every hi Rosemary, welcome aboard. Not every one of our dogs or our cats, not everyone is an old spirit. I mean, there are times and you can feel it. Hi Teresa, hi Maria. You can feel it your when your dog or your cat, and I'm going to specify that because the majority of us have them as our close buddies, and usually it is 24/7 in many capacities. In many instances they are with us, but you'll know. It's like they know you. They telepathically, you are thinking something and you like, oh gee, I could really use a hug, and there they are, coming right up to you, licking your face, or kind of snuggling with you. They know our hearts, and it just is phenomenal how that happens. Hi, Joe. How are you? Amanda, what are signs and feelings you got when you feel your pet's time is coming closer? I'm so glad that you asked that because I will tell you, I have a dear friend of mine, and she actually worked in a vet's office. I have a number of friends that I would actually call because from when my destiny turned 15 years old, and I can only share with you what I know, and most recently, um, from when she turned 15, she was no longer able to go up and down the stairs as she would so many times throughout the day. That was her exercise and running around in the backyard. But she was no longer able to go up and down the stairs. She was no longer able to jump off of the couch. She was no longer able to jump from on the uh, uh, rug onto my club chair. She would have to be or jump in and out of the car because I did take her everywhere. So their jumping capacity is limited incredibly. And of course, their hearing. I mean, Destiny was deaf since she was 12 years old, but you will find, and there is a way, of course, to test if your dog is deaf. And I mean that in all seriousness because I remember saying to my son Michael, you know what, Mike, I don't know why she's not really. She used to always listen like immediately, and this was soon after she was not responding as she usually does. And Michael said, Mom, we're going to do a test and we're going to see for sure. And he went right behind her, and he didn't yell in her ears, but he yelled pretty loud, and she did not move, so we knew that she was deaf. So the hearing goes, the eyesight goes, um, their mobility leaves certainly, and also they become dehydrated. So if you lift the skin, this is all, I've learned all of this within the last year. If in the middle, there's a pouch in between the shoulder blades, and in the middle, you lift that up, And if it just stays there and it's not bouncy, that means that they're dehydrated, because I actually had to give Destiny fluids. I had to give her fluids 3, 4 times a week in order for her to stay hydrated. But basically, also in addition to that, they start to lose their appetite. And when they start to lose their appetite and they don't want to drink or they don't want to eat, it is ultimately, because I know I was always so scared and saying, oh my God, how am I going to know? That was my big question. How am I going to know? Because she just, from 15 to when she passed on May 5th, she just deteriorated incredibly. But those are a lot of the warning signs. And, just like my friend said to me, who worked in the vet's office, you know what, Josephine, you're going to know. You're just going to know. And so that's what happened. Um, and hi, Janice. And I hope that answered your question, Amanda. Janice, are pets connected to their loved ones in heaven? Yes. When we go to heaven, our souls are connected to everyone that we have ever known, past, present, and future. Because remember, we come back in clusters. I talked about past lives. We come back in clusters. So we come back with the same grouping of people, only in different suits, whether we're a male or a female or the mother or the father. So when they pass, yes, they go to who they know in heaven that were with them here. And when we go, if they go before us, then we are not only welcomed by our loved ones who we think of all the time, but also by our pets. So they call it the Rainbow Bridge, of course, and there's all these beautiful, beautiful pictures that you see on the internet. But that Rainbow Bridge is leading them to where we are also, all that they have known, past, present, and future. And isn't that a beautiful thing? Hi, Gina. How are you? Okay, Suzanne, I moved a lot. I have 3 dogs. They passed at different times. Sometime, sometime back. Where are my angels? Please know that I'm going to address this in several ways. People will say to me, "Oh my God, I buried my cat or my dog on my property." And then they say to me, "Oh my God, I'm moving." Does that mean that they're not coming with me? It's not, just like human beings. It is not this. It is not their body. It is not their little furry bodies are that you're taking with you, their spirits. So please know that, because a lot of people are horrified, and they ask me that, and it's important for you to know that. So they're going with you. Their spirits are with you, and here, and then their spirits are with loved ones on the other side. So, and thank you for that question. Um, I also want to say this, that dogs do have, and dogs can see through the veil, and they know when our loved ones are there. They just do, because they see through the veil. So for them, when they're looking, if you see your pet and you see them staring, and I will tell you, after my son passed, he would always come into my room and he would always say, "Where are my 2 girls?" Where, no matter what time he came home. And he would come into my bedroom and he would give me a great big hug and a kiss. And of course, Destiny was like, "Okay, what about me?" And then he would go over and he would hug Destiny. And she just licked his face and licked and licked and licked. And I don't like licking of the face. So, and so that was fine. James, he made up for it. But after James passed, Destiny at a certain time period would just look up, look at me to let me know James is here. And she just started licking and licking and licking in midair. But I knew that she was licking James's face. So again, that's all about trusting and having faith and believing and knowing beyond the shadow of a doubt that that is truly happening. Okay, why do pets migrate to certain people in the family, even when we all give them the same attention and love? Okay, some animals, by the way, whether it's whatever the animal is. Sometimes they gravitate to one particular person. There's a certain vibrational energy that they connect with. And also, please understand that our pets do reincarnate. So they may not have been with the others as much as they have been with you. So they are migrating, using your word, and connecting with you, perhaps, or the other individual more so because they feel and know them in spirit more. Okay, my 19-year-old cat has lost her hearing, but she's perfectly fine. Yes, Destiny lost her hearing. She was deaf for like probably about 4 years, and she was fine. Yet losing their hearing does not bother them whatsoever at all. Even losing their vision, as long as they are feeling just like an infant, just like a baby when a baby is born. A baby needs that feeling, that especially that mother's love, us having carried them and being a part of our essence. So yes, Janice, of course, the cats and dogs, they're fine if they don't have hearing whatsoever. It doesn't even bother them really in the least. The vision and the hearing loss and all of that, that really bothers us more than it bothers them. It bothers us more than, more than anything. So, and Pat, of course, Bailey, um, God bless. And okay, so Marie, it was so hard watching my dogs pass. We had three. We had three over the years. Dolly was a stray we adopted as an adult. She was a sweetheart. She ended up fighting breast cancer and went through so much. She never cried in pain, and so there was for us. It is it. It was only time she cried at night before she passed. She was holding on and didn't want to leave us. I told her, it's okay, leave. I held her all night, and when I dozed off, she died. I feel like crying. And Maria, um, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And just like us, just like humans, right? We say to them when we know that they're suffering and they're holding on and they're holding on for us. They're holding on for us. And you went above and beyond. It was a beautiful thing that you did that, because we never want to let go of our pets. Never. But her little spirit knew and fought because of the love. And he or she, they want to, by the way, they want to hold on. So, and oftentimes they don't. You had said that that yours cried, but a lot of times they don't show their pain. A lot of times, different dogs are different. My Destiny Shih Tzu breed, she was not a barker at all. So, that was part of her personality. So I knew that I had to be very watchful and careful to see her demeanor, her actions, her lack of energy, and especially, when they stop eating and drinking. And I have to tell you, I'm going to share this with you because I was kind of, I was taken aback, that the vet said to me. I told her that, Destiny, she had a great appetite, but that she did tell me that some people are not able to let go, just like people are not able to let go of their loved ones, and that there are some people who actually their pets had not eaten for days and days, and they just were not able to let go. So I just want to say this, and I was a little horrified by that. To be very honest, that if you're taking your dog to the vet, you're close to your pet, you know the signs. Please, and maybe it's just one person out there that needs to hear this, or maybe someone who is doing this and saying to you, I just can't let go. I just can't let go. I know he or she is so ready. Be a good friend and say to them, immediately take your dog to the vet. Let the vet be the judge. Let the vet, they let them do their job. Let them do their job. So please hear that, please. Um, and Dana, hi. My mom my mom is trying to tell me something. I just don't know what. And she's persistent. I just can't determine. I'm not quite sure if you're saying to me that in spirit, your mother is trying to tell you something and she's being very persistent. And remember, we had dreams. We talked about a lot of different subject matter. Or if your mother, because I just actually did a Zoom reading today, and two sisters, lovely, and their mother, before she passed, she had, very badly, she had Alzheimer's, and they felt like the mother was trying, to tell them something. But when you have Alzheimer's, it's a horrifying way. And my father had it, so I'm very familiar with it, and saw how it affected him and how it affected loved ones around them. But your mother will be very persistent. It's just you needing to pay attention to what tune in into the meditation, which we did take a look at that, and then just ask, Mom, what is it that you're trying to say to me? And close your eyes and take that deep breath in and out. And even if you do automatic writing, have a pad, and a pencil or pen, and write down what you're hearing and trust it, because you'll get the answer. Oh, Amanda, thank you. Good. I'm glad you got that. Um, yes, we are all connected with our babies in heaven, fur babies. Um, I was nervous to say your name yesterday because I'm so afraid that I'm not saying it right. But hi, Josephina. It's, I'm going to spell this Giuseppina. So please, if you have a nickname, or if you can, let me know in an easier way. Josephina, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I really want to address you, and hi to you as well. Hi, Susan, a true animal lover, as we all are, and rescuing pets. And Susan is one of those people that has the capacity, as I'm sure many of you on here, but I know her personally, have the capacity of rescuing senior pets, and who have a lot going on, a missing eye, a missing leg, and gives them so much love, to give them a send off of love and nurturing and hugging. And I admire you, Susan. I admire all of you who are dog and cat rescuers and animal rescuers, and especially our seniors. There's so many that are out there. As you know, that commercial is playing over and over and over again, which just breaks my heart every time I see it. And I do donate, and I have my dog's picture and all of that, but it is really heartbreaking to see that so many of the dogs that are suffering, you all know the commercial I'm speaking about, and you see them starving and just in a cage maybe all their lives, or takes my breath away even now just talking about it. So if anybody can be supportive of that, or of adopting, um, please do. Please do. It's so rewarding. I have two cats now that that I adopted, that my son adopted, and now I have them, and I just am in love with them, and both of them were adopted, and they just have brought me so much joy. Hi, Christina. I had to put my dog to sleep last year. He was 14 years old. I always wonder if he hates me for that. It was such a hard decision. When I talk about this, I get so emotional, and I feel for you, because no, no, absolutely not. If anything, you did the right thing. And no, of course, doesn't hate you. You did the right thing to help. You put your beloved pet to sleep, because it needed it. It needed to be done. And you know what? Pat yourself on the back. That's not an easy thing to do. It's devastating, of course. And you did the right thing. So, of course not. Um, of course not, Catherine. Oh, this is another question, actually, Catherine. But I made the right decision. Okay, I lost my 14-year-old Bradley in January, but I had to make the decision for him to leave. Did I make the right decision? I used to hear him barking after he first passed, but I don't anymore. Is he at peace? Yes, and I want to address that because just like when we lose our loved ones, and I want to say this because this applies to pets too, and this is just so important. When we first lose our loved ones and when we first lose our pets, our our defenses are no longer there. They're down. We are what? We are a mere bag of shells, right? We're devastated. You have to kind of scrape us off the floor. So just know it doesn't make any difference. Yes, you heard your beloved Bradley, but it just means that we learn to cope. I always say, whether it be a pet or our loved ones, time has to be our friend. It just has to be. The pain is just too great to bear. So it doesn't mean that your Bradley is not around you. It just means absolutely he is at peace. It's just that maybe your heart, you're learning to move forward. Never forget, because we never forget ever. We never ever forget. They're always in our heart, but we do learn how to deal and cope. And because why? Because we must. Life does not wait for us. We all grieve in different ways and for different periods of time. And it's okay as long as we are the best that we could be for ourselves and protect ourselves and put one foot in front of the other and use whatever metaphysical tools or whatever your faith is. That's really important. And hi Doreen, hi Judy, hi Mary, welcome aboard. Do our pets reincarnate into our new pets? They do reincarnate, but not necessarily into your new pet. But they do reincarnate. If you've seen that movie where I talked about just the other day, and the dog reincarnated many, many, many times, just like our soul does, but it had different lives. It had different lives. And it was fascinating. It was one of the best movies I've ever seen about reincarnation for a dog. Rosemary, I was outside today for a moment by my dog's garden and knocked over one of the angel statues, and the angel wing broke off. I'm going to see if I can find that again, Rosemary. This moved very rapidly. I promise you I will find it again. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Sue. How are you? Okay, so it will come back. I was up to where you lost. Okay, I'll have to go back to it. Okay, so hi, Mary. Do you get messages from pets, or is it past loved ones who deliver the messages to you to tell us? Uh, our loved ones will tell us, but no, I get the messages directly from the pets. They come in all the time, all the time. You know, they speak to us telepathically, just like humans do, just like our soul loved ones do. It's always telepathically. So, so it's not necessarily your loved one that's passed that's giving you the message from your dogs or your cats. As a matter of fact, the same sisters that we're talking about that I did the Zoom reading for, um, oh, I don't know, she was definitely an animal lover and an animal person in a beautiful, beautiful way, and a, a whole bunch of her cats came in, and her mother and father were taking care of them. One sister in particular had many, many cats over her lifetime. So, can dogs see through the veil? Yes, you probably missed that. And yes, they absolutely can see through the veil. And that's why when you see them staring and you're looking, what are you looking at? And we'll say this to them. What are you looking at? I know that you see mommy. I know you see daddy. I know you see whoever your loved one is. And that is correct. I have, hi, Josephina, I have one dog, two cats, and a fish, and I take care outside cat for many years. Well, you know what? God bless you. God bless you. I'm a fish lover as well. When I was a teenager, I probably had about 15 fish tanks. My mother had 8 children, and my grandparents lived with us. So you can imagine how happy they were about that, right? Any free location that was available, I would have a fish tank there and just loved it. I would just, you know, just love it. I would watch them for hours and hours on end, and it brought me so much peace. So I understand. And God bless your dog, your cats, and your fish. Um, and and Alice, I have too many. That's funny. Okay, so hi Lisa. I've been rescuing for many years. We aren't getting ahead. Too many animals need help. It's horrible. I do want to let you know this: for every single animal, when you say we aren't getting ahead, I know what you mean, but that's a step ahead. You know, just even one animal, saving that one animal is a step ahead. But I believe you're saying we can't catch up to how many that there are available to be rescued. um, I hear you. You know, I hear you. But your love and all that are on here are helping with the rescuing um, of our pets. Okay, my aunt, I wasn't sure. I saw this before and I moved past it because I wasn't sure if you were talking about Billy Joel. In all honesty, I had to laugh. Hi, Jackie. My aunt lost her baby Rocket Man because before you just said, what about Rocket Man? Last year. She doesn't have closure that she wants. He was 19 and she treats her animals like her babies, as we all do, by the way. I the only thing I could say to you, not understanding the whole set of circumstances, is that when we lose our pets very quickly, we do not have closure. When our pets run away, of course, we don't have closure because we don't know what happened to them, and that's devastating. Devastating enough when we have to put them to sleep or we have to help them cross over, and that's once again devastating. But in her own way, just like we have to deal with our loved ones on the other side, if this can help, um, if this can help your aunt at all, please know they're at peace on the other side. Let her know that. And once you know that, trust that, believe that, excuse me, it will help. It helps us for sure to deal. So please let your aunt know that. Okay, Kathy, the night the night we had to bring Carson to the vet, as I looked at him and said, "It's okay, baby. We don't want you to suffer anymore," he actually looked up and licked me as if to say thank you. That's beautiful. And he was definitely thanking you. Your wonderful Carson was definitely thanking you. Um, my son could never watch my son could Hi Mary. My son could never watch those commercials, and I will tell you, I tape everything because I work into late hours of the evening. So when I go home, I tape and watch whatever it is, and I have to I've seen them, and I give and I help as much as I can, but I fast forward it because it just breaks my heart, and I don't want to be in that space. So for those of you who do not tape ahead of time, what you could do is lower the volume immediately, lower the volume. And that's what I do if I don't, and usually I do always have a tape, I'd say 95% of the time, but scroll through it'll lower the volume. That's not to be disrespectful, it's just for your heart not to break every single time. I lost my mom without any warning. I never got to say goodbye, no closure. Is she with me and how do I know? Well, you know, I will answer that even though we're on the topic and of this, of our pets, but it is devastating when we have no warning, and especially your loving Kim, your beloved mother. Um, but just please know, yes, she is with you. And how is she with me? And how do I know? You know by the signs that are coming in. You have to tell her what signs you want her to bring in, and then you have to trust that she's bringing them in and listening to you. Very important. Okay. All right, Christine, I'm going to address this directly Did I make the right decision to put my dog Toby down? And God bless Toby. He was in pain. I second guess if I should have given him more time to see if he would heal. Please understand, and I'm sure that you took your beautiful Toby to the vet, as we always should, if we don't understand what's happening with our pet. There's many places that do sliding scale as well. So, no, don't second guess yourself when an animal is in pain and you bring that animal to the vet and the vet is concurring with you. And also remember, Christina, and of course, you did the right thing. Um, so when a dog or a cat is in pain, and as I said, I talked about the ways in which you know it's always the right thing. Uh, okay. Hi, Jackie. This is important. I lost pets. I lost pets when I was young, tragically, and I really won't let myself get close to another dog. Any advice? Okay. Okay, so now what's happening is you have to deal in order to get another dog, in order to get another pet. You have to look at your feelings of the tragedy, replay it in your mind, um, through meditative state, and change the way you feel or heal yourself. You could do this for yourself. You really don't have to go to anybody, but you have to trust what you're doing is right and allow that come to you have to come to sort of you have to come to terms with that tragedy, and you have to change the ticker tape in your brain. Otherwise you're always going to it's going to be an instant replay and you're going to see that tragedy, and you don't want to do that to yourself because that's causing a devastation also in your mind and in your heart, and you don't want to we never want to replay something that we had no control over. It is not your fault, Jackie. So you don't want to take that on as if it is yours. And you want to know and have faith that your pets that you lost are in a better place. They're over the rainbow bridge. And if you can believe that and trust that and use every ounce of your being to have faith to know that, then you'll be able to get another pet when and if you choose. Um, let's see. You hear a dog out there that's you hear a dog out there that's saying, I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, A Dog's Purpose. That's another a movie that you should watch. A Dog's a Purpose. Why would dogs come back? What lesson do they need to learn? We have too many animals suffering already. Listen, I do want, we have human beings that are suffering. We have human beings that are suffering. And um, I talked a little bit about our blueprint because we choose, I know that's hard to understand, but we choose our own blueprints before we enter in because, of course, we're here to evolve, right? And the pets too. The little spirits are here to evolve. So, of course, we wouldn't want to come back and experience the loss and the pain that we have to go through that we have no control over. I mean, there are so many people that have horrific um, lives and pain. And of course, if we were given a choice, of course we would not want that. But before we come in, there's such a thing as a blueprint, and maybe that'll be down the road. I'll talk about that. Hi, Jamie. God bless your Marjorie. You miss your Marjorie, of course. I don't feel how like I felt my other past four babies. It doesn't mean that she is not also with you, and because you feel your other four babies, you can actually put her energy along with the other ones and then allow yourself to open up in order for your Marjorie to come in along with the other four. Hi, Jeannie. My dog looks at things and hides, and he also was crying at the cemetery. Aw, yeah, at a cemetery, if you do take your pet, I mean, they see all these spirits, and you know what? They have emotions too. They have feelings too. When they know that we're crying because we've lost somebody that we love, they come right over to us, and they lick us, or they cuddle with us because they know we're in pain. They just know that. And so, because especially that, I'm not saying not to take the dog to the cemetery, but your dog was sensing all the others. Okay, Lorraine, R. Dog spelled backwards means, dog spelled backwards, do that, is God. Isn't that interesting? Thank you for that little tidbit, that important tidbit. Okay. Thank you. You're very welcome. Rosalie, how do I get over my Snoopy who died over 30 years ago? How do I get over my Snoopy? Died over 30 years ago. I can't seem to get a bit, I can't seem to get a bit of a dog. You know, as I said, we don't ever get over it. We don't ever get over the loss of our pets or our loved ones. We learn to live with it. We learn to deal with it as best as we can. And then we honor them, their memory. We honor their memory, and we keep their memories alive. And so those are what you really want to go to. It's the happy times that make you smile. Hi, Janet. How are you? Welcome. I feel and sometimes see past loved pets of mine, or ones I cared loved. Do they come close in their human? Do they come close if their human parents are ill? Oh my God. Absolutely. Absolutely. Our pets, when we are ill, our pets come close to us. You know why? They know we're in pain, whether it's psychologically, emotionally, physically, spiritually. They know. So yes, they do come to us. They do, beyond the shadow of a doubt. Okay, so hi Linda. My cat Lola goes by the basement door every evening around 7, 8, and tries to open the door and meows like someone is behind the door. That's because someone is behind the door. Any ideas why she's doing this? This is something that just started within the past 2 weeks. Well, number one, there is a spirit behind the door. Remember, it's not the spirit you need to be afraid of. They're not going to hurt us or harm us. So no, don't be afraid about that. And especially within the 2 weeks, I want you to take a look. Have you lost anyone? Have you been thinking of someone in particular? You know, take a look at that, because things do happen at synchronicity at certain times. So take a look at that. But yes, that's why, because you know your pet is seeing the other spirits. And thank you very much, Jackie. I appreciate that. Hi, Linda. Um, and she's saying, please help me. Lost both my parents. My heart goes out to you. And I believe, you know, I am actually doing these free live Facebook video events to help you and to bring comfort and peace and healing, all of those things. And it is, hopefully it is doing that. So I hope that, Linda, that it is helping you in that regard. And God bless your parents. Okay, so hi, Michelle, and replying to Linda, private message her. It's funny how you all correspond. Private message me to set up a Zoom private reading. Please don't go in this private message. Please call the office. I have hundreds that I have not answered in this. So thank you so much, by the way. You're a sweetheart. But call the office if you want to have a private reading, 631-698-4089. You can also email. Again, you can call the office, 631-698-4089, or you can email if you go on josephineg.com, josephineg.com. And you're going to skip flash, by the way. And then on the top of the page, you're going to see my email, the Sky Angels jmjg@gmail.com, and you can send an email that way. But please, for all of you, don't send a private message in here. Every once in a while, I try to reach out if I feel it just really, really, really needs to be. It just happens. I may go on it, and nothing happens by mistake. But if you call the office, if you go on my email, then you will be answered. Let's just put it that way. And thank you for that. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. Um, okay. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? Just got out of work to join your session and welcome. I'm so glad that you're able to join it now. Thank you for being a part of this. And you're also an animal lover and you have lost your beloved pets that their little spirits are with you always. Hi, Judy. Once I had a group. Oh, okay. Your Shelby suffered a stroke. It was horrible. My sister came with me to the vet and I had to put her to sleep. I was devastated. I'm devastated to this day. I'm hesitant to have a group reading. She started it once I had a psychic group reading. I'm hesitant to have a group reading at my house. Did you ever experience this? No, I have never experienced this. No. I've done group readings for decades, decades at people's homes. Now it's Zoom. I don't go now because we have to respect what's going on, the distancing. So now I do Zoom group readings as I'm doing this with you. It's live. But has that ever happened when I was in a person's home? And I've been doing group readings for probably 35 years. So no, that has never happened. And please don't think, I think what you're saying is when you had that uh, group reading that maybe that sparked something or it opened up something in order for that to happen. So, don't associate one with the other, please don't. It was a synchronicity that happened, but not because of that. Hi, Lisa, how are you? And yes, how do you come to terms with this kind of loss, Bonnie? You know what? It, we do have to come to terms with it because in order for us to come to terms with it, let me say this directly, is to really know that our beloved pets are happy on the other side, just the way we would when we have a loved one that's passed and we have to come to terms with it. We really don't have a choice. And that is why. And that is how you would come to terms with it. That's one of the ways anyway. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I think this is freezing in front of me, so I don't know if this is freezing for you, but so I'm sorry, be patient. This might be the connection. And yes, and also Lisa, hi. Yes, with the Sarah McLachlan song on that commercial too. It just adds to it. It adds to that meridian inside of you to open up and just make it that much more emotional. Uh, Hi, Nancy. Oh, hi, Phoenix. How are you? Welcome. We are all such animal lovers. Sometimes they come back to us years after they've passed, look for messages and familiarity. Absolutely. Just like with people, when we have a sense, like when we have, and I talked about this, I think, in the last live video, that you will say, oh my God, they feel just like hypothetically Rocket Man or Bailey or, whoever it is. Hi, Ronnie. My daughter's dog passed, and her cat seemed to do what the dog used to do, begs for treats plus some other things. And remember, don't doubt that the dog's spirit is coming through with the cats. Don't doubt that at all. You may say, "This is really strange. This is what my daughter's dog used to do, and now the cat is doing it." Uh, and so they were all together, right? So them knowing and feeling and sensing their buddy, the spirit is coming through them. And Janet, very beautiful. She passed in love and light. Fear may hold you back. That is what I felt the moment I read this. Angel hugs, and angel hugs to you as well. And yes, very important when our pets pass, we want to think about that as them being in love and light. And yes, fear oftentimes does hold us back. And smoochy to you too, Phoenix. Love you too, Janet. Hi, Lisa. Miss my beautiful Shih Tzu. You had a Shih Tzu just like me, Star Bella. Gone but never forgotten, my baby. And yes, they are gone but never forgotten. This is so true. Never forgotten. And it's just so beautiful when people honor um, our loved ones. And I want to share this because this was actually made. It was interesting in how this happens, and I will share this with you. It was a couple of nights ago on my personal wall, which a lot of you are on actually, and say I put pictures of my destiny because I was really having a very difficult time that particular night. And I said to my son James, because he, as I shared with you, he adored her. And I said, you know what, Jamesy, I really wish that you could send me a sign. I know that you're together, but just please send me that sign so that I know. I just need it. And because in life he was pretty uh, direct and he was very quick with his response. He never hesitated with anything. So the next day, the very next day, his talent agent, because my son was an actor and in acting and all of that, and his talent agent, who her and I quickly became friends to this day, she said, I want to bring you something. The next day, she brought me this. I want to share it with you. She brought me this, and she drew this for me of my destiny. And she took this picture, this particular face, beautiful face that you see right here, from a picture of my Michael holding destiny. So this is actually this beautiful, I mean, how heartfelt. So, and it brings me an awful lot of comfort, that's for sure. So I wanted to share that with you and talk about synchronicity. I shared that because number one, thank you, Angela, and I was proud to share that. And it says, forever, beautiful soul, forever destiny. And that in any way that we take comfort, whether it's putting a picture up or receiving something, because, by receiving that, that brought me so much comfort in its all in itself. And so I have that right on my table so that when I get up to make my coffee, that's the first thing I see. And every time I enter into the room, it's the first thing that I see. And I have a big smile on my face. So thank you, thank you, thank you to Angela. Hi, Nancy. I do see you. I do see you. Can't thank you enough. You're very welcome, Janice. You're thanking me for the live feeds, and it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure if it's bringing you comfort. Thank you for yes, Linda. You're very welcome. Can dogs see through the veil? Yes, absolutely. Do pet siblings sense when their pet siblings are going to pass? Do they acknowledge their spirit? Yes, they are very sensitive to that. So, yes, they absolutely sense when their siblings are going to pass. You'll see them cuddling up more. You'll see them licking them. You'll see them licking their sibling. And that is why, because they do sense it that they are leaving. Okay, hi Kathy. We had purchased a beautiful photo that looks and reminds me of, and that you didn't, of what you didn't finish that, but I'm glad that you purchased that photo and that it's bringing you some solace. Um, Hi Linda Marie. Hi Barb. When our dog passed, our cat went into a depression. It is sad to watch her grieve. It's very sad, but please be patient because just like us, they need their grieving period as well, very much so. So just give your cat some time. Give them some time. My heart, this is Nancy. Hi. Not only, my heart is so broken. Not only did I lose Rocket Man, but my big red rescue to cancer in the same year. I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to them. Hi, Loretta. How are you? Hi, Mark. That's an awesome picture. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I did want to share that with you. Thank you, Judy. Okay, my friend Nan is on the other side. Her cat is now under my care at my other friend's home when I visit. Oh, hi, Janet. Okay, my friend Nan is on the other side, and I do know Nan. Um, Her cat is now under my care at my other friend's home. When I visit, I feel cat lady. I wish this didn't move so quickly. I really wanted to. Okay. When I visit, I feel cat lady looks at me and Nan is smiling. You know, I have to say to you that Nan has such a Nancy, I know her as Nancy. Nancy has such a strong, strong energy, and she loved her cat lady so. So when your cat lady is looking at you, um, Nan is smiling. Absolutely. It's a smile right from her every single time. And I do feel Nancy's spirit. And I always, for whatever the synchronicity comes in, and I'll say, "Hi, Nancy, I know that's you." Um, so yes, that is, and how wonderful, how precious is that? Yes, Lorraine, I will tell Mikey you said hi. My co-pilot is not with me tonight. That's probably why this looks very orange. He was not here to fix the color. He was not here to fix it and the speed on the computer. But I will tell him you sent him your regards. Um, Hi, Kim. My sister-in-law had a reading years ago, and the initial M came through. Do you know if it was Emma or Amber? She had two dogs. By the way, when I get Emma, when I hear the name Emma, whether it's a person or an animal, uh, Emma is an M for me. So just so that you know, I would have to say Emma. I would definitely have to say Emma. I have my hello, Helen. I have my mom's cat, Lulu. Late at night, she will make very loud, weird noises like she is talking. That's because she is talking, and she is talking to your mom. And they have their own way of communicating. Hi, Barbara. My husband passed 9 years ago, this June 25th. I would love to hear from him. I will be doing something down the road where I will be giving messages, by the way. But in the meantime, until I do that, yes, your husband is with you, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And June 25th, isn't that ironic? Would be is Destiny's birthday too. So that's a sign from your husband right there. I just want you to know that. Hi, Helene. Welcome aboard. Is your Sammy with Simon? Your two S's, yes, they are together because they're actually coming in like Mutt and Jeff. Happily so. Happily so. They had a very happy life with you. And Roxy is fine, Loretta, just so that you know. And good evening to you too, Laura. And you're welcome, Kim. Janet, thank you. Her birthday is Tuesday. Aw, told cat lady she will get fancy feast. Thank you. Animals are our hearts when humans do not always fit. You know, that is so beautifully said. And I want to just read that again. So beautifully said. Um, Nancy's birthday is Tuesday, and Cat Lady was her beloved cat. And now Janet is so gracious and loving to take care of Cat Lady for Nancy. And she says, and I want to quote, animals are our hearts where humans do not always fit. That is That is beautiful. And I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Hi Janice, I put up my past pets' stockings up at Christmas. That's very sweet. I do as well. I have stockings of my other pets as well, and I put them up too, and it makes me feel good. And I do want to address that because some people will say to me, and they have said to me, "Am I terrible if I can't look at pictures of my pet, or I don't I don't hypothetically put the stockings up of them?" No, No, we all grieve differently, and you have to protect yourself. So no, of course not. You're not terrible at all. You loved your pet, and it's for you and the way you grieve. It's just very difficult. So please, everyone watching this, don't be hard on yourselves. You are such wonderful fur baby moms and dads out there. So, we all gave our pets such a wonderful, wonderful, loving life. And we should all be so proud of that. And you're very welcome, Helene. Uh, I'm glad that that made you so happy. And I was trying to backtrack to see Rosemary. I don't know if you're still on here. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way back. Um, and I know that you said you were in the backyard, and when you went over to your dog's garden, the angel had broken its wing. If you're still on here and you could re-ask the question, I will address it. I'm just sorry. This goes so fast. Sometimes I lose it. What you're asking. Hi, Amanda. Are you delivering messages from our pets tonight or giving advice or comfort? It is right now. It is a look into giving advice. When I'm doing messages for loved ones or for pets, I will let you know that. Because I can't, there's so many people on here, and I don't really want to address one person without addressing um, a good majority of you. So tonight is not the night that I'm doing that, but I promise you, I will let you know when I am. Um, Hi, Haley. Hi, late to the party. Just got home from work. Thank you for coming on here, Haley. Thank you so much. Welcome aboard. Marilyn, she's saying hi to everybody over here. Um, okay, so I'm going to be closing soon, but I do want you all to know, I know it's the Memorial Day weekend. I know we're all in quarantine and we have to keep a safe distance, and we're very limited with what it is that we can do and how we can celebrate and how we can get together with family, loved ones, and friends. But if just do the absolute best that you can. My son is in from Virginia, which makes me a happy mama for a while now, and so he and I are gonna throw some food on the barbecue, and that'll be a happy time. So, sometimes we have to make the best of what we have, right? So just take the one that you're with. And if you're not with someone, cook something up that is your favorite, put like a movie on that you're going to get excited about, and or take a walk around the block. Or if you have a garden, my garden, I look at it every day and I say hi to my James. That's his memorial garden. And so if you want to plant something, because that's what I plan on doing this weekend too, doing a lot of planting. And hi, Michelle. She's saying to me, she's from Richmond, Virginia. I would love for you to say, by the way, I always say this, where you're from. We have different states, and we had a couple of people from different countries, by the way. But yes, she loves Richmond, Virginia. I know it very well. Um, and same to you, Phoenix. You're very welcome, and you have a magical weekend, all of you as well. And we are great. Thank you, Lorraine. Enjoy your son and your food, and we will. Trust me, we definitely will. I think we're going to make maybe fresh apple pie, and throw some things on the grill because I love the grill. I actually grill all winter long because I love the taste so much. So if you, by the way, just before we sign off, where are you from? What towns are you from? What state are you from? Because we had Jersey, we have Long Island, um, Florida. Janet, Florida is hot today. I have my best friend is in Florida, and she told me too. Joe, you're so lucky. The weather is perfect here. By the way, it's very beautiful, and she said too, it's very hot in Florida. And Tammy Ann, I'm so glad that you're here. I answered a question for your beautiful mama, and you're very welcome. And Kathy, I'm glad you love the videos, and you are very, very welcome. Very welcome, Kathy, as well. Lindenhurst, Wisconsin, Long Island, Texas. Hi, Texas. Welcome aboard. Hi, Marilyn. So glad to have you. Pennsylvania, Islip Terrace, the Villages in Florida, the North Fork. Central Islip, Huntington, East Islip. The grill is the best. And Shirley, I don't want to leave you out. Yes, you're right. And I do love my son always says to me, Mom, you really love that grill. And I do. So, you know what? Blessings to all of you. London Island, I don't know where that is, but sounds wonderful. Blessings to all of you. I'm thinking about all of you, sending you prayers and healing and unconditional love, and wanting you to know that all of your beautiful fur babies are with you, as well as your loved ones. And that is just so, so very important. And I do want to, before I close, Lisa, angel blessings to you too. And I will tell Mikey that you said that as well. Um, Oh, Janet wants to know who else is in the villages. So please answer that for her. I want to try to get that for you. I don't see it right now, Janet, but take a look at all of these. Take a look at all of these when I get off, because you're going to see everybody's messages. It just moves so quickly, Janet. I apologize. I can't find that right now. Um, so next, I believe next Wednesday, not this Monday. I actually did the live video tonight because of the Memorial Day weekend. So the next video that I will be doing, and I'm not, Spirit has to talk to me and tell me what to do, what topic I should be talking about with you on Wednesday. And I always make the live event for you to know and to find out about this. And so hi Sharon. So I hope you will join me on Wednesday. And also, I hope that you're healing, that you're reading the healing messages that I am putting on my Facebook every day. And I know the person called me today when I put that on there, and they said, Josephine, that was for me. That was for me. And you set my soul free. It was about grieving. Take a look at it, please. The daily healing messages, very important. Found her. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Janet. I'm glad you found her. I was actually keeping this on so that you would. Village of Osceola. Welcome aboard. Okay, so it's time for me to go. I just want to, again, many blessings. God bless. Stay well. And I will see you next Wednesday.